Guess what?
What? Okay, well, don't do that.
They don't move.
I saw. Doing a great job. All right, Dan.
Trying to hit my time as the best co-host here.
Doing a great job. On episode 112 of the Buzzed Files. Hang on. Here we go. Sound effect.
And they have been very buzzed lately. I don't feel very buzzed tonight.
Do you want to do a shotgun? Oh, we left the tube thing inside. I watched it.
Well, I have opening questions. So remember when we first started, we would have like a question or whatever? So I have one for you.
Okay.
I actually have a couple, so I'll save the other two for the next podcast. Unless you want to do all three of them, like
let's
fire?
Let's hear the first one. See how it goes, okay?
If you could put a warning label on me, what would it say?
I don't know. Maybe do not give alcohol.
Fuck you.
I don't know. I feel like that's a good one.
That's what makes me fun.
You're fun when you're sober. Sometimes cranky, but maybe I don't know. Make sure to feed. You know, like warning, do not let her skip meals because she will get aggressive.
Why is everything around me being cranky and aggressive?
Because those are your, like, most scary qualities.
What are you trying to say about me?
You get aggressive and cranky. That's what I'm trying to say. What about me?
Don't give a fast car to.
Oh, that's hurtful.
Don't feed nachos.
Nachos have never hurt anybody. Okay?
You want to know what the other one is?
We can.
If you had to pick a flower to represent me, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know. I think we've done this one before. It's a rose because of the thorns.
I really thought you would make me the eating.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, like a Venus flytrap.
I really thought you were
flower.
me that.
Well, no, a rose. Very pretty, but will hurt you if you touch it wrong. How about that? I don't want to know what flower I am. I don't.
You're one of those dingleberry things that float in the river.
That's not what those are called.
What are those called?
I don't know, but what was the question we were talking about earlier out in the pool?
I don't know.
About
this one's a good one.
Okay.
Ready? What shot represents me best?
Like of alcohol?
Yeah, of liquor. What's the best liquor that represents me?
Tequila. I'm going tequila. That's because it's like, everyone has a good time with it at first. You're like, oh, this is fun. We're kind of buzzed. And then things turn dark,
So you had fun with me in the beginning and now things are dark for you? Really?
Well,
is that where we're going with this?
Well, only if you don't drink enough or you drink too much. I have to keep you in that happy buzz level.
No, like you. Not me. I don't drink tequila. I know my limits.
Tequila is a weird buzz compared to a lot of alcohols.
It is.
What am I?
You're like a bottom shelf bourbon.
That's not nice. I don't even want to talk.
Wait, you do drink bottom shelf bourbon. You drink SoCo.
You're a shot of SoCo. The thing we were talking about earlier, we were talking about how we had talked on the podcast about if you could swap lives with somebody, but there was something.
I wasn't talking about that with you.
Yes, you were out in the pool when we were talking about it.
You and the oldest were talking about that. I wasn't talking about that. I don't want to swap lives with anybody.
We were talking about how we had talked about it on the podcast, and we had said, like, if you could swap lives with anybody, who would it be? And we were talking about how we both said Brad Pitt.
Oh, yeah.
Now, see, those are those pool beers that make you forget things. That's, yeah.
That was yesterday. That wasn't today.
That was today. That was definitely today.
It wasn't today. It was yesterday.
Oh. But I was thinking about that, and I was like, I don't know. Brad Pitt, like, is cool, but there was... Oh, it was the movie thing. We said if you could only watch one person's movies for the rest of your life.
Well, we did the whole, if you had one movie to watch for the rest of the life.
But we were talking about just the actor. And I don't know, I was thinking about that.
I said Keanu.
I was thinking Keanu Reeves, But I don't know. You'd have to probably pick somebody that's been in a lot of stuff. If that's all you could ever watch.
No, because Keanu's been in action. He's been in love stories. And he's been in Point Break. So it hits all of my boxes.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. Because
I'm pretty sure he's the voice of a cartoon somewhere.
But I was thinking like maybe Harrison Ford if I could only watch like, one set of movies. But I was thinking, I'm like, well, he hasn't really been in anything much. I mean, he's been in some other movies, but like you got like all the Indiana Joneses, Star Wars, and then maybe you got like he was in like that Air Force One movie. He was in The Fugitive. So he's been in some decent movies. I don't know if there's one person I would want to watch only their stuff. Because like if you pick like Will Ferrell, like he's too like you would get tired of just watching comedies.
That's what I'm saying. Keanu's a good mixture because he's in love.
But he's never been in a comedy.
Yeah, he has. Come on.
What, like Bill and Ted?
Yes.
Oh, I guess he was in that movie we watched where he's the angel not that long ago. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
That one was okay.
So he's got comedy in there too. All right. Can I bring something up?
Yeah.
I bought these this week. They're all over my feed.
That's the marketing. They got you.
Yeah.
That's how they do it.
So there's absolutely no nicotine.
Yeah.
That's not going to fit in there. That's what she said. Oh, I had it. That's what she said. You didn't hear it, but the oldest heard it. And he asked me to explain it, but I didn't. It's when you're parking the Tahoe and you said, I never know how long it is. And I said, that's what she said. And he goes, what?
Samantha, just PG-13 around the children, please.
No, he's a teenager now. I don't want to be PG-13. But anyways, Ultra. So I don't know if it's an AI generated thing that they've made, but I've seen the video of Joe Rogan where he's talking about and holding it. It's probably AI. I'm gullible like that. But here's the kicker. If you go to their website, you have to order it in threes. Like 3 things.
So they're focus pouches. Mm-hmm. Have you tried one of these?
I've tried one every day since I got one.
Did it work?
Yeah.
You felt focused?
I used it today when I worked out, and I worked out for an hour and 10 minutes today. But it has vitamins in it. There's no nicotine, and it says it's a dietary supplement, actually, is what it says. This one's wintergreen. I don't like the wintergreen because there's so much wintergreen in it, it almost reminds me of, like, pure dip. But there's remember the Rogue ones I bought once, and you're like, that's just straight dip?
They're like 30 milligrams.
But this has no nicotine in it. So I was like, probably be good to have instead of doing these at work. But it's funny, I have a group of guys that sit outside of my office, and they have a drawer full of all of these different name brands. And one day I was like, I was having a bad day and I couldn't go to the office yet. I was waiting for lunch and I was like, hey, yo, can I get one?
Yeah. Hey, bro, let me get one.
They're like, seriously? You do those? I'm like, well, I'm not advertising it, so I'm asking you quietly. But yeah, can I get one? I need one right now. Well, it's no different than someone not smoking a cigarette.
To be clear, it's a lot less than that. Like, guys that do them are a bunch of guys that would never actually dip.
And I'm
so it's like
shocked by the number of guys and the personalities that I know that I see the little ring in their back pocket. I'm like,
everyone likes nicotine. Everyone likes nicotine. It's just no one wants to die for it. That's the whole thing. And back when
they don't smell like it either.
Back when everyone did smoke,
or the bad breath and the bad teeth and just.
Back when everyone did smoke, everyone didn't know that they killed you. So everyone was just like, "Oh, these make you feel great," and they relax you.
So in 20 years, we're all gonna look back and be like,
that's probably gonna give us all ass cancer.
Ass cancer, you're such a dick.
I'm
sweating, by the way. I'm about to slide off this chair.
You're talking a lot. How are you? Do you have one of those in right now? Like so wound up. I'm like, I'll just be quiet. You let me know when to speak, okay? God. I was going to ask you, I saw something online about Zens, and a lot of people were saying it helped them focus and gave them energy, and all this stuff. I'm like, does the exact opposite to me. I take one, or I have one when I want to calm down, and it, huh?
That's the ADD.
Yeah. Because like Segura and Bert and them, they've talked about like how focused they're, like even Rogan, they're like, I take one and it helps me focus. And I'm like, well, I take one. I'm like, it's basically like I can't have a beer because I'm at work, so I'll have this. And it calms me down. That's what nicotine is supposed to calm. Like when people smoke, like or used to smoke more often, they smoke to calm down. Smoking a cigarette wasn't to help you focus; it was to calm you. So I don't know where it's come into like nicotine is not supposed to help you focus. Maybe it does, but for me it relaxes me. That's the whole reason people like when you're stressed out, people smoke a cigarette.
So, but they say when you smoke a cigarette, it's not the nicotine that's bad for you. It's the unfiltered.
Yeah, it's because of the smoke you're breathing in. But that's how I'm just talking about how
the nicotine in itself is actually good.
They say it is, but they used to say cigarettes were good for you.
Well, because they were saying it in the nicotine sense, they weren't saying it in the fact that you're literally lighting something on fire and literally burning and sucking.
Well, doctors used to say that they were fine to smoke. Like doctors would smoke while examining you. Just all right, let's listen to your heart, and then like put the stethoscope on.
You remember the first time I took Adderall?
You gotta turn this on.
Sorry. Do you remember the first time I took Adderall?
No.
I took a 3-hour nap.
Did you? I don't remember that.
You had a prescription for it.
Well.
And it was right after I had the oldest, and I was going through what I assumed was postpartum, but the doctors wouldn't do anything about it, so they gave me an antidepressant that like just made me. Ugh.
No, here you go.
Like
here's something.
It was the worst thing. I'll never do an antidepressant ever. I don't care how depressed I am. I'll never do one of those drugs again. But anyways, I was having such a blah day, and you're like, here, take this. Maybe it'll spunk you up a little bit. And I took one. I actually took a nap in the middle of a Saturday with a baby at home, which I never did because usually moms with babies when they nap, they're always doing something else or watching over them. I took a nap and I was like, that's what I need. And then I went to the doctor.
It relaxes you.
It made me focus on relaxing instead of everything else. Like I wasn't focused on I gotta do this or I gotta do that. I like zoned in. I was like, I need to relax. I took a nap.
It's supposed to make you. That's the thing. Like people with ADD, they can't focus on one thing at a time.
Right.
So it keeps you to be able to focus on like I need to do this. Like if you're at work, like you're just focused on what you're trying to focus on, not focus on thinking about
what I gotta do when I get home.
Right.
What I gotta do at lunch.
I gotta do this. Yeah, all that stuff. So yeah.
I wish I had been properly diagnosed as a kid. I could be a doctor. I probably would have been really good in school. Maybe.
I mean, it wouldn't have hurt you.
No, she's just dyslexic. That's her only problem. She's stupid. What does Forrest say? I ain't real smart.
I'm not sure, but I don't like these new focus pouches you're on here. I prefer the nicotine version of you. It's over there just kind of chilling. Sup, brah. Wait, hang on. I think I'm on the wrong thing.
Oh, I did my race on Sunday, if anyone cares.
Oh, yeah, the Hydrox?
No, I did the Spartan Deca 1 mile.
Yeah, same thing.
It's kind of like a high rock.
Yeah, it's like it's a CrossFit workout, basically.
Basically, yeah. But I did it, and I didn't come home injured. And my soreness didn't kick in until Tuesday. Weird.
That is kind of weird. I've seen this going around, and I wanted to show you. They're saying this is not a setup for a movie, but I keep seeing this pop up in my feed, so I was like, I gotta talk about it. There's a video in here that has nothing to do with it, but this is Jame Franco talking. Okay, so the video, this clip that I saved it's not like him recording or anything. Okay, so when you talk, I want you to do that. Okay, you turn your head this way. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna play this.
And I started talking about it. I didn't want to do that, okay? I didn't choose this. It was thrust upon me. I saw something and I thought, you know what, I can't keep this quiet. People have said I'm crazy. People said I'm trying to, I don't know whatever it is. You know, I've been through a lot. My account got hacked twice. People trying to shut me down so that I don't get this out. Okay, but I need to get this out. For that very reason, the people are trying to stop me. For that very reason, I fought to get the account back.
Is he high?
No, but they're saying that he is saying that there have been aliens stalking him around his home.
Why would they stalk him?
It says he says the strange activity started near his garage and has been posting cryptic updates ever since. Many believe it might be promotion for an upcoming movie. However, the film's director says it has nothing to do with the movie. Like, if it's not an alien movie, then, like, you know, like I could understand that. But more to come on that, because I'm curious. I didn't pull it, but I'm assuming it's on Twitter or whatever he's on. But I would like to see like what he's posting. I could look real quick and just see while we're sitting here and see if. Yeah, I mean it's because it's pretty recent. So look, so this is alien footage. I haven't seen this.
That's July 13th, today. I promised you I was going to reveal something because I found something. It was thrust upon me. I didn't ask for this. Now, I've been through a lot, okay? I went on social media, you know, and I started talking about it. I didn't want to do that, okay? I didn't choose this. It was thrust upon me. I saw something and I thought, you know what, I can't keep people trying to and are, you know.
All right, so here's the footage. Oh, that is the footage in the video. There's no way. It looks so fake. I'm not buying it.
We all know how I believe about aliens, so.
Oh, this looks bad. I'm not even gonna post it. But I was gonna say I could take it if the video. If you go on Twitter, look at Jame Franco's account. This video, and that looks like a guy in a costume.
I believe in dinosaurs way more than aliens.
Well, dinosaurs are real, so I would assume so.
The fuck? Where are their pants?
I don't know. I was just Jame Franco feed.
He's got an alien movie coming out.
Yeah, this says a face-to-face. Yeah, it's a thing. Because this is a video of them all running, and he's like wrestling with one. This is just... That's hilarious. I thought it was something serious. I was like, because when I just saw the clip of that, I was like, well, that seems like, whoa, what's Franco, what has he gotten into? That it's got to be some kind of movie he's coming out with or something.
Oh, I have a story for you to look up. You don't have to look it up right now.
Okay.
But a reminder when you watch this back this week.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever heard of the Frozen Man in Colorado?
No.
There is a guy that is, what do you call it when they're intentionally frozen?
Cryogenics? Cryogenics?
Yeah, something like that. There is a guy in Colorado. They've moved him around because it became such a huge thing. I learned about this at the New Hire Dinner the other night because the guy's from Colorado. So supposedly this guy froze himself thinking that when science improves itself that he can come back. So he literally had himself frozen.
Okay.
And he's in Colorado.
That's what they believe Walt Disney did with his head.
Well, this guy froze his entire body.
Yeah, he's like, I want the rest of my body, not just my head.
Yeah, so you need to look that up. It's a thing. One of the girls.
People do it. There's services you can. That's a thing. It's not made up. There are.
Yeah, but this guy, he's not like in a He's not like in a scientific building or something. Supposedly.
He's like in his garage and like a.
So they called it the Frozen Man in the Shed, supposedly.
What?
And I was like, so he went out to a shed and froze?
Yeah,
and all
just
that?
guys,
No.
when I die, put me in the deep freeze in the garage, take all the pizza rolls out of there and stick me in
The
there.
way they were explaining it, because they would have like festivals around this guy.
What?
Yeah, you gotta look it up. But, and I'm probably totally missing,
But-
because I was totally exhausted at dinner the other night, but when he was explaining it to me, I was like, so, I was thinking in my head, like, so this guy just went out to a shed and froze to death. And they're like, no, he like,
Purposely
froze
did it.
he preserved himself.
There are services that will cryogenically freeze. It's very expensive because they charge people like a monthly like maintenance fee basically to
It's
keep.
a lease, like an apartment
Yeah,
lease.
like you pay a bunch of money and they keep you like. It's not like you're in a deep freezer. You're in some kind of like special
But
tube.
are you locked in at that rate? So that if it increases in 5 years, are you locked in?
I haven't looked into it that deeply because we're poor, but I'll look into it. Okay, but like that's a big thing.
If I die before I'm 70, I want you to freeze me.
Okay, no. Yeah, I'm gonna spend money to support your dead body in a deep freezer. Like
So I can come back and you can have all of this.
hard pass.
Wow!
As a 70-year-old, no, I'm not interested. Thank you.
If I die before I'm 50, because then I'd still have all of this.
At what point? Why would I bring you back? So say I'm 80 and I bring you back as 50. You're gonna leave me and be like, "Ooh,
No.
you're gross."
No,
And
I would never.
all right, I want to
I
say
like older guys, so that actually worked out my favor. A little
80
bit.
years old. Okay, all right. Anyway, you're not allowed to do those on the podcast anymore. But Jesus, I on that.
This is gonna be our best.
It's
podcast.
not. This is terrible. We haven't talked about like you're just rambling over there, and you're like, "Hey, I got something else. Hey, I got something else. Hey, I got something else." Just like rapid fire. I'm just over here trying to bat them down. Like, okay, no, stop, get that one out of here. Get that one out of here. I on that note, when we're talking about freezing people and all that, I saw this and I thought about it when I watched it. But like that Megan Fox movie where she's the robot. Jesus.
You bring me back as a sex robot?
Just let me talk for just a second. Just maybe just shut your
Look, I'm
mouth.
actually I'm talking to the.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Okay. All right. Listen. Just be quiet. If that ever and I don't. Well, I shouldn't even say if that becomes a thing. It's going to become a thing. If they make like they're making like all these robots that can do like dishes and things like that, it's only a matter of time before we get to a point where they're like, well, what else could they do? Because they have hands and stuff like. So I'm saying,
But then he ended up like what's his name off of Big Bang, where he made the robot and he lost the grip and it was.
okay, well, yeah. But listen, I'm talking about like 20 years from now. Okay.
So they perfected it.
Yeah, so like the if it's is it subservience, I think is what it's called. But the robots are like it's Megan Fox and she's a robot and she's able to do other things.
Every man's dream,
Right. So
but not yours.
no, but listen, if you just let me talk, please stop talking. So much talking from you. Okay, just listen. Let me get this out. Okay. If we got to a point that becomes a thing, the population will dwindle.
Yeah. 'Cause
And
people have-
I don't want you to be offended, but men especially, but I think women would do this also. People aren't going to date anymore. They're just going to have if you could have a perfect 10 that does whatever you want all the time and cleans your house and does whatever and
Doesn't
cooks for you,
talk.
doesn't argue with you, gives you fucking back rub. Like you're like Judy, I'd like a back rub, and she's like, oh, right away, sir. And then you're like, I could use something else right now, and she, takes care of that for you. People aren't going to date anymore. Our human population will dwindle at a rapid pace. Think about it though.
But it doesn't feel the same.
It does. Assume it does, and it's 100 times better.
Oh, because she's got like an old pan, so she can like make it.
Everything. You should watch the movie. I mean,
I don't want to.
like it's not a robot. It's like it's a person basically.
So, you remember what the young guy said the other day? He's like, can we get a robot so that it can read to me and can feed me and can do my homework for me and I don't have to get up and move?
So that's like what? That's
He's like, and then that way you guys don't have to do it. Then the robot just takes care of me.
I was like, no. What
have you been watching?
What is this? YouTube's doing it. But it was a thought that I had the other day, and I was like, that would greatly diminish.
Because you want a robot?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying it would greatly diminish our population because a lot of people, when you think about like how women post stuff, they're like, I just can't meet a nice guy. I'm just so tired of the dating pool. Blah, 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 blah.
Then when it pans to them, they have an eyebrow piercing, a nose piercing.
Okay.
Purple hair.
Assuming they don't, and they're just normal.
Right.
They're normal people. But there's a lot of women that have like a standard of like, well, he needs to be 6'2", really fit. If he could be a 9 or a 10, and then if he could make at least 150, and have his own business. And it's like, Jesus Christ, sweetie, what is this list? Like, where do you? And like I said something to you the other.
Netflix film.
I said something to you the other day. I said, those guys are gone.
Yep.
Those guys have got snatched up a long time ago. like somebody that looks like a model that has a good job that pays him over 6 figures. He got snatched up when he was 20. Like, he gone.
He's either snatched up
Like,
or he doesn't want a commitment and just wants to play the pool.
And it's older. Like, she's, I don't want to say older, but like if you're single at 35 and you're a woman, you're like, I just can't meet anybody. You've rejected all the nice guys that you could have had. Yeah. Maybe if you had lowered your standards, and Tom, that was this really nice guy you worked with, and maybe he wasn't a 10 and he was only 5'10" instead of 6'2", but you were dating some asshole that broke up with you 6 months later. Well, then Tom met a girl and he's gone,
He
like
makes $275.
Right. like you gotta pick and choose on that list a little bit. None of this is conspiracy related. We're just talking at this point, but I don't mind it.
It's good conversation.
It's good. Just off the rails here.
I sent you another post where a guy claims that he raised a Bigfoot baby.
I think I saw that.
Did you see that?
And I was like, that's not real. There's no way that's real. It was like, I remember I looked at the pictures of it and I was like, that can't be real. I'm not gonna sort through all we've talked about the amount, but
okay, let's take a moment to focus on what I send you versus what you send me. I send him conspiracy ideas and things to talk about.
You send me a lot more than that.
Okay. The only thing he sends me is food related for me to cook.
I'm like, babe, look at this recipe.
He literally sends me things for me to have to do.
Maybe you should try it and see.
All right, well, I'm going to start sending you some DIY things. I'm going to see this house turn around a little bit.
You need to take whatever that dip thing is. I don't like this at all. You're very sassy. Did you hear about, I got the video. I had not seen it, but everyone's been talking about this, the guy that got attacked by the bison in Yellowstone?
Oh, the one that got boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Did he live?
They said I think he's out of
ICU.
Yeah, like I think he's surviving, but I have the video. I was going to show you, but you've already seen it. But Grandpa just gets yeeted, as they say. He's running. He's
running from it?
He's trying to get around these trees, which was smart. And this bison is having. Also, I've heard some other people talk about it on a podcast. They keep saying bison. It's bison. Please do not add a Z in there. It's bison. Yeet! Just launched it. So he's out of, from what I've heard last, he's out of the ICU. and they're expecting him to not die. So that's good. A little positive.
Okay. Guys, if there's an animal that's 3 times your weight, 4 times your weight, 6 times your
Well,
weight.
they said they were far away from it. The story
and the bison came.
the story
bison came and picked the
the
bison.
story I read said they were like 100 yards off taking pictures of it, and then it came charging toward them.
He's like, "Don't take my fucking picture."
But yeah, this is like at a park bench. So I mean, this looks like there's cars driving in the background and stuff, and there's cars parked. So I'm like, I don't get, like, why don't you just get in your car? Or like, what's this? But they said this happened. This is like mating season for them. So this is a male bison that was like defending its territory and was like, nah, not today, Grandpa. You and your suspenders are getting yeeted. Just shiggy. He flips. It's so funny. I'm glad he lived though. That's good. I'm proud of him.
I remember once we were on a road trip up to, I think it was Nashville when I was a kid, and all these cars were stopped on the side of the road, and we stopped and we were kind of looking to see, and someone said, "Oh, there's baby cubs up in the tree," and my brother.
Not a good idea. Right off the bat.
And I want to say my dad got out. I think we all got out, actually.
Let's look at the baby bears.
And we're standing there looking at these cute baby cubs up in the tree, and all of a sudden my mom goes, "There's a mama bear somewhere around."
Very close by, most likely.
She's like, "Maybe we should get back in the car." Like, this is probably the one most sound thing my mom's ever said.
Probably shouldn't hang out here at the bottom of this tree, because if she comes back, we may get mauled to death.
So did y'all actually see a snake today?
I did not.
You know there was one?
I don't know. He may have seen one, and it just went under the fence. Our son was in the yard, said he saw a snake, and your ADD is through the roof right here. Like, so many off-topic things. Like, Jesus, I'm just gonna read the story and ignore all that. Okay, I gotta get into some stuff here. This is a story. I've heard this a couple times, but I thought it was cool. All right, David Glenn Lewis. It said, I'm just going to read this because it said, blah, blah, blah. He had every reason to believe January 31st, 1993 would be an ordinary Sunday. The 39-year-old attorney and former judge stayed home in Amarillo, Texas, while his wife and 10-year-old daughter drove to Dallas for a shopping trip. He planned to spend the afternoon watching I can't read the Roman numerals, but the Super Bowl, before seeing them later that evening. Nothing suggested he was preparing to leave. He had programmed the VCR, little throwback, to record the game, made plans for the day, and expected to be home when his family returned. When David's wife and daughter returned home, the house didn't look abandoned. It looked interrupted. 2 freshly made turkey sandwiches sat untouched in the refrigerator. Laundry remained in the washing machine. The VCR had successfully recorded the entire Super Bowl as he had planned. His wedding ring, watch, and house keys had all been left behind. There was no packed suitcase, no goodbye note, and no sign of a struggle. And basically every clue was that, he should be back at any moment. Like, he had just gone to the store or something. It says, the following night, more than 1,600 miles away, drivers spotted a lone man walking down the center of State Road 24 near Moxie, Washington. Witnesses later described him as polite but strangely detached, saying he mentioned he was trying to reach Yakima. Around 10:30 p.m., he was struck by a passing vehicle and killed. Carrying no identification, he was buried as an unidentified John Doe. No one realized they had just found the missing attorney from Texas. The unidentified man wasn't dressed the way David had disappeared. Investigators found him in military-style camouflage clothing. Layered over ordinary civilian clothes. despite there being no luggage or belongings explaining where the extra clothing had come from. Who gave it to him? Where did he change? Why was he walking alone? There's a whole bunch of questions about this. All right. So it says, for more than a decade, David's disappearance and Washington's unidentified John Doe remained separate investigations. Then in 2004, detectives searching for one of the earliest online missing persons databases noticed that the missing Texas attorney bore a striking resemblance to the unidentified man. DNA testing confirmed the match with 99.91% certainty. He had finally been found, but instead of solving the mystery, his identification transformed into something stranger. All right? This is where it gets interesting. Investigators later uncovered airline tickets purchased in David's name linking Los Angeles, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Amarillo, but there is still no confirmed record explaining how he reached Los Angeles in the first place or what happened during the critical hours after he disappeared. His car never left Amarillo. He had no luggage. He told no one he was traveling. Somehow, though, within 24 hours, he had crossed much of the country before appearing on a dark highway in Washington. As investigators dug deeper, even more unsettling details emerged. David had reportedly received death threats connected to his years as a judge. He was preparing for a deposition in a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, and shortly before disappearing, an unexplained $5,000 appeared in his bank account.
A whole whopping $5,000?
Yeah, it's not much. Some believe he experienced a rare psychological state. Others suspect he was targeted, but neither theory explains every clue, and no evidence has ever been accounted for how or why he crossed 1,600 miles that quick. I mean, other than a plane, like how the hell do you get 1,600 miles away? So it said investigators eventually answered the easiest questions, the man, who he was. What they never solved was everything that came before it. More than 3 decades later, no one can explain how a man who expected to spend Sunday watching the Super Bowl ended up dead and lonely on a Washington highway. I just thought it was an interesting story. Like what the fuck happened to this guy? You know, was it did he get abducted by like some kind of crazy group and they drugged him up? Or
if he's part of some CIA operative or something.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like all
the missing scientists.
I
really thought we were about to talk about a missing scientist.
No, I mean this is older story, obviously.
But they could.
But it's similar to all the people that went missing, where you're just like, what the hell? What is? And that's what it kind of. When I was reading that, it sparked a thing. I was like, that's kind of like where it's like, why? Like nothing indicated they were leaving, but it's always something like. I don't know, that something has to trigger you to do that. And there's no indication of it. But it goes back to we've talked about MK Ultra, haven't we? Have I not talked about this with you?
You make me drink all the time, so.
Well, MK Ultra was when it's documented back in this 50s, 60s, 70s when the CIA was dosing people with LSD.
Oh yeah.
And they were experimenting on them and stuff. And
that's. Tell me the story. You can't tell me the name of it.
Okay,
I remember
sorry.
The story. You can't tell me the name of the.
But that's what they believe Charles Manson was. He had been one of those test subjects.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder. I mean, he's a judge, so that seems unlikely. But you never know. It almost seems like something like that, where they blanked your mind or whatever, and then you just wake up something, So there was another story we talked about a long time ago on the podcast where some guy did that. He woke up across the country. It was he was from North Carolina and woke up in California 2 days later and had no idea how he got there, what had happened the last 2 days or whatever. And it's you wonder did a government agency pick him up, or was it crazy stuff, was it an alien abduction and they dropped him off in the wrong spot? Sorry bro, What you're on Earth, whatever. Like I'm from North Carolina. Like, and you're just in
dropped off in Thailand.
yeah, you're in Los Angeles. You're just in India. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is not Tennessee. This isn't Philadelphia. No. This isn't right.
Did you learn that?
I'm from Boston. What the fuck? You're in like London. Like, hello, mate. Crikey.
Like, where's the ranch?
Fish and chips. Bowl of biscuits.
I'm really happy all the Europeans got their ranch on the way out.
Oh, yeah.
I heard they were putting Hidden Valley Ranch
Those poor bastards.
in the gift shops once you cross the security check-in.
I can't
They
imagine.
couldn't bring in the bottles, but so I've learned this. When I go to Wisconsin, there's a beer that's only brewed in Wisconsin. You cannot bring it out of it doesn't come out of the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah. It's
So,
illegal.
so I kind of do the same thing when I go to Wisconsin.
Smuggle it
And
back.
I told you when I go to Wisconsin this year, I'm just gonna use a 12-pack as my carry-on.
Don't think you can do that. I don't think the airline will let you bring a 12-pack of beer onto a flight.
They sell it in the gift shops.
I know, but it has to be in like a bag or something. You can't just like carry a case in like, I might drink a couple of these in flight, so just
No, you can't.
kind of chill out, bruh.
You can buy singles, and once the plane takes off, you can open them.
What? Is that a thing? I haven't been on an airplane in...
Since we got married. You haven't been on a plane since we got married in Vegas.
Since 2010? Is that right?
Yeah.
Holy hell.
And I've been on a plane way more than you have since then.
That's 16 years? Is that right? Yeah. That's a long time. I got no interest. The last time I was on a plane, 9/11 hadn't had. No, 9/11 had. It was 2001.
Good job.
I was thinking 2011.
Math isn't happening
No,
in your head right now.
I've been drinking. We went to dinner. We had Mexican.
Have we ever told the story about how we got married in Vegas? Do people know that we got married in Vegas? We didn't just go
I don't think
to
so.
Whitechapel. We actually planned
Yeah.
and got married in Vegas. That was my parents said they couldn't.
Well, it was like
It was going to be way too expensive
when we talked about
to
how
give the wedding here.
we talked about how expensive it was going to be, and like neither of our parents were to the point where they were like, yeah, we can chip in 20 grand, and I didn't want either of our parents to do that.
And we didn't want a $20,000 or $30,000.
And I just said like, because by the time like if you have a wedding, then people expect you to have a reception afterwards and
they
all.
wanted to be open bar, which
Yeah.
is even more expensive.
But we just like we had talked about it like, and we had just said, what if we just went somewhere and got
And we
married?
don't have that many close friends to have bridesmaids and groups.
Yeah. So we said, well, why don't we just like go to Vegas, and anyone that wants to come can come with us, and if you can't, then it's just us.
If you look at it like this, like if we got married somewhere, everyone can use it as a vacation.
Yeah, because it's
Or whatever.
like, and some people do that, like they get married in like the Bahamas or whatever, and they're like, if you can come, cool. If not, then that's fine, whatever. But
Our whole wedding to get married.
it was so cheap.
Yeah, I think our whole wedding, without our flight and hotel, I think because my parents paid, it was like $1,200 or something like that.
Just the ceremony.
Just the ceremony.
But the flight and the hotel, I want to say was like
$400, $500.
no, maybe back then.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like $600 or $700 for the because it was.
Like in our hotel. We stayed at Caesar's Palace.
I want to say it was under $1,000, but it was for like four nights or 5 nights in Vegas.
On Sunday because it was Mother's Day, and we flew out on Thursday.
Yeah, so it's like 5 nights in Vegas, and we hung out a couple days.
And we stayed at Caesar's Palace the entire time. That was our room, and we got married at Caesar's Palace.
And they're
in the
like,
gardens.
yeah, it was nice.
Because the chapel was very outdated, but we did it in the gardens.
We had like an outdoor thing that was like all nice and set up. But the cool thing was that like we hung. I think because
everyone came in at different times. Sorry.
Never allowed to do those again on the podcast. Never allowed. It's not possible. The cool thing was that we were there a couple days ahead of time, so we got to party and hang out and go gamble and all that, then have the day of the ceremony, and then you get to party for a couple days after too.
Yeah.
But like after the ceremony, it was cool because we got married at Caesars. So then we got to walk through Caesars, and like Sam's in her wedding dress, and I was in like a suit, and like everyone was dressed up. So it was cool. Like people were like excited that you had just gotten married. People were like, yeah.
It
Like,
was casino chips.
yeah, it was fun. And then we like Sam.
I went back and I changed.
You should have stayed in it,
But it was long and heavy.
yeah, but like we gambled and stuff in the clothes we got married in, so I had a blast. I thought like people always like, oh, that's so random, and I'm like, but it was fun. Like instead of like getting married in a big church and spending all this, like people drop $100,000 on a thing for 100 guests and yeah, and I'm like, hell no. I was like
the night before the what do you call it? The night before when you go through everything, like the
rehearsal dinner, like that stuff adds up. Like we just kind of everyone just hung out.
Morning after breakfast, like there's all these things that people have stretched out and made things. I'm like, y'all are nuts.
Like we dropped probably total maybe $2,000 if and that was with your.
And we're going 16 years strong.
And that was with your parents paying for I think I want to say the ceremony was like $900. For some reason that sticks in my head.
And Granny paid for because she couldn't
your
come.
Dress.
No, Mom paid for my dress. Granny paid for our reception dinner.
Yeah.
Mom
had her like card or whatever.
Granny went to do that.
So we just ate. It was at Caesars, wasn't it?
We ate. It was in the corridor where all the restaurants were, where the hotels connect.
Yeah.
Remember the Floyd and what are their names with the Tigers that perform there?
Siegfried and Roy.
There you go. Right. Remember where the fountain was?
Yeah.
That's where we went and ate. It was like
some Italian. It was nice.
We had reservations. They were ready for us.
That was cool. I had a good time. I don't know why we're talking about this, but it's good.
Because it was kind of cool and fun.
I know.
So everyone I tell that we got married in Vegas, they all think we were just there.
Yeah, and we're just like, hey, let's get married. We were like, no, we planned it.
Yeah,
like,
because you actually have to go get a marriage license.
Yeah, which is weird.
The day
So in all
before.
the movies where they show people getting married, now I will say this: at some of those places,
They do have a title clerk.
they probably are able to file it for you. But we had to go the day before. Her aunt and uncle drove us to the courthouse, and we had to. Which is weird. I remember riding with them, but I don't remember us going into the
I
courthouse.
don't either. I remember the ride because it was terrifying.
Because your aunt was driving, and I was like, we're going to fucking die. Like, it was just, they had a rental car, and it was fucking terrifying. I was like, we're never going to make it. And the courthouse is way off the strip. It wasn't like close.
It was like 40 minutes.
Yeah. So we had to drive and go show our IDs and all that and get the marriage
Because I
certificate.
think we took a cab back to the hotel because they went to. I think they went to the dam. They went and did some. They dropped us off. We didn't ride back with them.
And we took a cab back?
I think we did.
I vaguely remember
How
that.
sick I was. I had no voice.
It was because of all the smoke. Because you
had
could
no
smoke in the
voice.
casino. Sam was like all, and then they pump in that oxygen.
Yeah.
Plus, if you're from the South,
When you guys were super dry.
it was all of our noses were bleeding. I had so much like blood in my, but it's because we're so used to the humidity in the South. It dried out everyone that we were with. All of our sinuses, everyone was like just everything super dry, and people were caught because our bodies are used to basically breathing in wet air all the time, 100% of the year.
Do you remember the kamikaze shots in the Dollar Miller?
It's Sahara. Yeah.
Which is not there anymore. They demolished it, but we still have all of our little shot glasses. They're only like this big, but
they were like, I think it was a 1 ounce. It's a 1 ounce shot.
It was 50 cents for a kamikaze shot, and you could get Dollar Miller Light.
High Life.
Oh, High Life.
It was
That's
High
what
Life.
It was High Life. Which
So
we
went, and I was like,
There's a 20.
Here's a 20. Let's roll. And then we went out for the night. Like, that was with your brother and his ex-wife.
So
And we were like, hey, let's go here for a few minutes, because you can get a good buzz for like $6. And then we started walking around. That was the best thing about Vegas, is just walking around. It's not even gambling, just getting drunk and then just walking through casinos.
But if you played the slots, we just played the penny
Oh, yeah.
and 10-cent slots.
They'll bring you drinks.
They'll bring you drinks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I have to pay for this? And they're like, no.
I can remember though a couple times we sat down and like you could put $5 in and you'd be like tapping it, and then like the drink girl, because it was cheaper to gamble than it was to pay for the beer.
Yeah.
Because a beer would be $4 or $5, and then you had to tip the bartender, like if you went to the bar and got it. But if you sat there, I'm like, well, I can just gamble for a few minutes, and you just we would sit there and talk, and you just kind of gamble real slow. I don't know if they still do the drinks thing.
I don't know. So the night before our wedding, we did do the traditional thing where he went to his parents' hotel. Your parents were.
I don't think anyone cares about this, but we're gonna talk about it.
Shut up. So you went back to your parents. You and your dad actually went gambled, but they were staying at Treasure Island.
I don't even remember what time. I would think we went to sleep at like 4.
Yeah.
Or something
and so
wild.
I stayed out with my brother and his now ex-wife.
And Sam almost drowned.
I almost drowned in my hotel room. But I was taking random shots from people on the strip. They're like, do you want a shot? And his ex-wife was like, do it, Sam. This is your like last night to like live it up. I'm like, well, I'm still living it up at 42. But anyways.
Agree to disagree.
I go back to my hotel. My feet are bleeding. I filled up the bathtub and thinking I'm just going to put my feet in it. I'm like, oh, this feels really good. So I got in the bathtub, but I forgot to turn it off.
And then she passed out in the bathtub.
Then I passed out, and the only thing that woke me up is it was like splashing on me because the water was so hard.
Getting in the bathtub, wasted. Not a great idea. So you almost died. Like, if you had passed out, you could have straight up drowned.
Yeah.
And she told me that after our wedding day, I was like, what?
No one was with me. I was alone in the hotel by myself.
I would have been investigated probably for murder. They would have been like, you drowned her in the tub. I'm like, no!
Everybody was at a different hotel. No one was in the same hotel as us. It was just us in that hotel. And then...
We should go to Vegas again.
You want to go for a 20?
When is that?
4 more years?
I think that's a good idea.
We can save up for it.
That's a good... I don't think it's even that expensive, but that would be cool to go back. We should get some shirts made up that say, we got trashed and got married here 20 years ago.
We could get...
That would be cool, and you wear them around.
My cousin could probably make them for us.
Say, we got trashed and got married here 20 years ago.
People
would love it.
Oh, yeah. So we have pictures, like the day after our wedding, we walked the strip with his parents, because his parents came in like a day or two after everybody else. So they stayed a day or two past.
Yeah, because like your parents came in a day or two early.
Yeah, they were there with us at the very beginning.
And then they left after we got married.
Their parents were there at the end.
And so we hung out with them and walked around.
The day after our wedding, we walked the strip and did all the things of the strip back then. And there's a picture of me. I have a boa constrictor holding with a guy that's
one of those random dudes on the street. Yeah.
We have a picture with a guy playing. Who's the guy from Kiss?
Gene Simmons.
Yeah.
There weren't maybe it's different now, but there weren't many Elvis people. I remember we were looking for an Elvis person for you to take a picture with, and we finally found one
last night.
And he was like off. He was at like a bar drinking.
He was like, I was like, can I please get a picture with you? I was like, I've been looking for an Elvis for the last 5 days.
I was like, we'll find one. They're everywhere, and we never saw any. We just walked.
And do you know, to book the chapel to get married by Elvis back then it was
like way more.
It was like $3,000 just to get married with him. It didn't include anything else.
But I was like, we got married at Caesars for like $900. Like,
and
what?
They did my bouquet. They did his boutonniere. Like, they did everything within that package.
And you had your hair and stuff done like at their like spa and stuff.
Like my hair, everything got done at the spa.
That's wild.
I'll never forget when I opened the door the morning of my wedding. After almost drowning in the bathtub, I opened the door and I had my glasses on.
Sam's like smoking a cigarette. She looked like Alan from The Hangover. She's smoking a cigarette with her Ray-Bans on, and there's a fucking tiger walking around. She's like,
I'm missing a tooth.
She's like, it's a rough night. Hey, Mom. What time is it?
No joke. I opened the door and my mom went, holy shit, we've got to go to the spa. I'm like, what? What's wrong? She's like, I can't see your eyes. My eyes were so small.
What do you mean? I can't see your eyes.
I actually fell asleep while they were doing my hair.
Shocking. All right, I want to end on this one last thing. Okay. All right.
I'm out of beer.
One last thing regarding the wedding. Okay.
That you love me. It was the best choice you've ever made.
Please don't interrupt. Okay. I want to bring this up. So I hung out with my parents during the day because, like, you're not supposed to see the bride the day of the wedding. So Sam was at the spa and getting ready. So I think my parents, we went and got breakfast, and I want to say me and my dad we went and played craps for a while, and I had some beers, and then they were like, well, we're gonna go get showers and get dressed, and I was like, cool. Like, the wedding was supposed to be at like 2, okay? So I'm like, all right, well,
I know where this is going.
like I said, please don't interrupt. This is not up for debate. Wedding's at 2, okay? So I'm like, all right, cool. It's like noon. My parents are like, all right, well, we're gonna get showers, get ready. I was like, I'm just gonna hang out in the hotel or in the casino, and I'm just gonna gamble for a little while, and then I'm gonna go upstairs once Sam's done with our room, so I can put my suit on and then meet everyone down there. And they're like, okay, cool. So I'm down there gambling, and like I'm texting Sam, and she's like, yeah, I'm still getting ready. I'll be done soon. Okay. So wedding's at like 2, and it's like 1:30, and I'm like, are you guys done? Like, can I come out? I hadn't taken a shower. Okay. Cause I stayed at
No, you hadn't taken a shower.
Okay. So I had stayed at my parents' hotel room because Sam, like, you're not supposed to see the bride, the night before. Yeah.
That was the only traditional thing.
So we like broke apart at like 9:00 the night before. So I texted and was like, hey, what's the deal? I still got to take a shower. And she's like, yeah, I'm still getting ready. I'll get a text about, like, I'm down. She's like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm downstairs gambling. And they're bringing me beers, and I think I was playing roulette actually, and it's probably about 1:45. Sam texts and says, "You need to hurry up and get dressed. We're leaving now." And I was like, "Oh, thanks. 15 minutes. Nice." Sam's had 6 hours to get ready.
If you saw,
and I was like, "Okay."
If you saw how bad I looked that morning, you would understand why it took 6 hours to make me look like I did.
So Sam goes downstairs. I go like running to the elevator, basically. I get upstairs. I jump in the shower and take the fastest shower ever. Okay.
Your all black suit, Johnny Cash.
Yeah, we're all black, because it's
black.
Because it's a funeral, all black. So I get dressed, and then Sam's texting me like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "I'm fucking trying to get dressed." Like, I'm like, "I'm getting dressed. You gave me 8 minutes." I'm brushing my teeth because I didn't have anything with my parents.
Oh yeah.
So, we had gone for about, I was like, I'm brushing my teeth, I took a shower, I'm putting clothes on, and then, I come, they're like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm coming, they can fucking wait, okay? If it starts at 2:15, it starts at 2:15.
There's actually a picture of me in my wedding dress sitting next to my dad, waiting for you in the bridal suite, drinking a Miller Lite in the blue can.
Yeah, well, I had some beers because I was sitting around waiting. I truly thought I was gonna get up to the room like an hour and a half early. Because when I left my parents, it was 2 hours before.
Wait, you missed an entire part.
What?
What were you missing when you got dressed?
Oh, I didn't have a belt.
He only had a brown belt.
I
forgot to pack his black belt.
Because I was wearing all black, and I had a brown belt with my jeans. And your brother, I think, had to bring up his belt. We swapped belts. I was like, well, here, take this. And he had a black belt on and gave me that. And he was like, are you coming down? I'm like, yeah, I'm trying. I was hurrying.
But what's funny is after the wedding, everyone went back up to our room.
Yeah.
Caesar's Palace. And we all sat in our room and drank a few beers.
Before dinner.
We went to dinner.
I think the reservation, I don't remember. Maybe it was at maybe it was 3 o'clock or 4. But the dinner reservation wasn't until 5. So we all went up to the room and like chugged it. I chugged a couple beers.
Across the threshold
Of-
of Las Vegas hotel room.
Yeah, we should post the. We gotta find the picture.
I have it. Don't
All
worry.
right, so we'll post the picture. But I carried Sam across the threshold
Carried a beer.
of a
I had
Caesar's
it in my hand.
Palace hotel room because I was like, well, this is the first time we're entering a bedroom as a husband and wife. I think I have to, right?
You've done it more than that.
Okay. Well, let's wrap up this episode. I'm sorry this was not conspiracy laden.
I thought it was a good episode.
I know, but we're talking.
If that didn't record and it's on security 911 call, I'm going to slap you and probably bury you in the front yard.
Okay.
Because this was a good episode. Every time we have a good episode, that happens.
If something happens, the microphones don't record or the camera doesn't or something. But we will see you guys next week. Later much.
Or peace, not peace.
There you go. All right,
Whatever.
let's go.